Hello guys, this is Zuma, and this is going to be a PM-9 free-for-all MOAB on the map Carbon. And you're probably thinking, why am I using the PM-9? And the gun isn't actually that bad, even in the hotfix where they reduced the kick on the gun. Even before that, I used to use it as like my trolling gun, where if all the enemy team was using a shotgun, then I'd whip this out and just go around hip firing and killing everybody. It was pretty good. And I only used to hit fire with this, I never really used to aim down sight as the gun used to go all over the place. But now that since the hotfix where they've reduced the kick, you can actually aim down sight, and it is quite consistent, but generally I like to try and hit fire as much as possible. And you'll see in this game I actually get quite a few long shots. But now I've battled into the area that I like to work, and we'll go into how I like to play Carbon. So we'll bring up the map, make it a blueprint, and show you the spawns. And as you can see, there's a lot more spawns north of the map than south. So the area that I like to work is this area. And you do get a nice steady flow of enemies coming in here. And it's very easy to sound horror, just because they have to run quite far. They have to go around to like little obstacles, there's trucks on the outside, there's a lot of walls. And they have to go around all these before they get to you. So it's very easy to hear them coming from far away. But what I like about this area is there's loads of little advantage spots just to put the gunfight in your favour. And I'll show a couple of them now. So instead of coming out of this doorway here to try and kill people, what you want to do is either go behind this barrel and you can still see outside, or move over to these tyres. You don't want to be revealing too much of your body to the enemy, and you don't want to be pushing any further than these tyres here, because there will be some campers at the back who will try and take you out. And moving on into here, when the enemy's coming up them stairs, they can catch you off guard, and what I like to do is step on this crate. If you walk up to it, you'll just pop just over these barrels and your whole body will be covered, and you have a nice little spot to get them. And it's the same from the other side. I'm going into this room as well to look at the stairs, and that's only a wooden fence there, so you can shoot straight through that to kill the enemy on the other side. And you'll see in this gameplay, from what I've just shown you, I do actually implement these into the game, so you'll be able to see how I work it for myself. And not forgetting where I like to put my portable radar is here, and it's not really covering any spawns, it's just mainly trying to cover as much area as possible. So I hope these tips and spawn layouts help you get a MOAB on Carbon, and now let's get back into the gameplay. So my gun and pick setup. So on the PM-9 I'm using extended mags and silencer, and although I've got extended mags on this weapon, I'm still finding myself reloading quite a lot, because this gun has the highest fire rate but the lowest damage, so you tend to find yourself firing a lot of bullets to kill somebody. And for my perks I'm running Extreme Conditioning Pro, Assassin Pro and Sitrep Pro. And before the patch I would usually have steady aim for the PM-9, but since then, and obviously it's free for all, I'm using Sitrep Pro. And for my specialist loadout I'm using Sleight of Hand Pro, Dead Silence Pro and Hardline Pro. And look at me here trying to get this guy right at the back. It's a bit of a mission trying to get him with this PM-9 from here. You have to just do it in short single bursts. Lucky I get a headshot on him. But as you see, I don't have a lot of bullets left, and I tried to use them on this guy behind the barrel, but I have to quickly switch to my MP9, get a kill, get the scavenger pack, then switch back to my PM-9 to continue the streak. And as I showed you earlier, using some of the map's obstacles as cover, you'll see, because I hear this guy come in, and obviously I back off to the tyres just to make sure that I've got an advantage and win that gunfight. And you gotta watch out, because if they have juice, they can run through here hip firing, and that's the worst thing for me in free for all. Like, I don't mind Dead Man's Hand or Martyrdom or Final Stand, usually I have my specialist by then and it doesn't really affect me that much. But if they have juice, then obviously because of the respawn system and the paybacks, they're gonna spawn really close to me. If they've got juice, they can just come flying in and just start hip firing and trying to kill me, and that's quite hard to combat. I think in other game types those other death streaks are a little bit more annoying, but for me juice in free for all is one of the worst. And if this guy just stays still for a second, oh dear. And this is after the patch with specialists, so you can imagine why not many people ran this before the patch with assault kill streaks. But I suggest you guys try it, but use on a small map like Dome or Bootleg. I'd recommend the silencer and extended mags, and I feel like you do need a silencer. Just when I was using it without, I felt like the gun was a bit all over the place, and the silencer does feel like it brings down the recoil just a little bit. But that's just my opinion, and I know rapid fire and extended mags is quite popular, but this gun already has the highest rate of fire in the game, so I don't think it's really needed. And what's about to come up now is one of the reasons why I just love the portable radar. Not only does it show people on the map, but it also makes a sound when it detects somebody, and you wouldn't have heard that, so I'll play you it again. And that sound just made me look at my radar, and I knew he was behind me, quickly turned around and got the headshot on him. And from what I showed you earlier, I'm just about to step on this crate, just look over the barrels and get this easy kill. And if you're watching this video, then I know you're taking Call of Duty semi-serious, and if you don't have a headset yet, you really need to invest in one. If you've got a birthday coming up and a request them from your parents, or buy them yourself. The first ever headset that I started off with, the PX21s, and they were really cheap but really good. And they do take a couple of weeks to get used to, but once you do, I promise you your KDR will go up. And they're really needed in free for all. You'll see a lot of times, even in this gameplay, where I just look at a corner, then an enemy appears. And I haven't really talked about headsets much in this free for all series, but it's just another vital addition to your setup as your guns and perk loadout. But yeah, start off with a cheap headset, and even if it's stereo surround, just hearing left and right, which is just good for the average casual gamer, but if you're rich and you can afford a 5.1, then go for that. How many bullets did that take? Good job I got a headshot on that guy. But yeah, if I'm taking it a lot more seriously, then go for the 5.1 surround. I can't even stress how much it helps you being able to hit enemies that are behind you. And I hope you don't mind me just talking about headsets, as I'll show you my gun and perk loadouts and where to go and where to put your portable radar, but with a headset it's just something that's invisible, that's helping me all the way through this game, that you can't see, and obviously you can't hear either because I've lowered the gaming volume and turned up the commentary. Right, cool, I'm glad I got to talk about headsets at least once in one of my episodes. And onto the gameplay, I'm just got my 20th kill, as I'm 6 kills ahead, and there's absolutely no reason for me to go out there and try and force something to happen and lose my MOAB streak. So then I'm thinking about playing a bit more conservative, but I could hear some guy in this building, so I thought I'd just wait for him, because I knew if we'd bump into each other, I just had this feeling in my bones I was going to get panic knifed, and I was like, I'm not getting panic knifed, I'm going to shoot you in the back instead. And I managed to get another kill by a long shot. Over this gameplay I've got quite a few long shots just from this area, but just looking for 2 more, and I managed to get a few bullets on one guy. But I've got specialists, so I've got Recon Pro, so I know exactly where he's going to be. But anyway, we get the dramatic music, and I'm just searching for my last guy, and I find him in here to get the final kill for the MOAB. And I call it in straight away, but as I do, there's a guy shooting at me, so I duck behind the tyres and I try and get him with the PM-9, but I get a hit on him, but then he's got the ACR and he's just tip firing his heart out and manages to wallbang me. But I'm not respawning and I'm watching this kill cam, and he's just spraying, praying for his life. But I do manage to kill him with a MOAB, and then he rage quits like a hero. So that's it guys, I really hope you enjoyed this PM-9 MOAB on Carbon. The final score was 30-1. Episode 7 is going to be an MP5 unsilenced MOAB on Resistance, so make sure you subscribe for that. And on your screen should be some previous episodes from the Free For All series. And that's it guys, thank you for watching and take care.